I agree with you. I mean, I think that. So I'm not an advocate for losers bracket. I know lots of people are, but I think that if this game happened again, Top wouldn't have gone Orianna as much as they did. They would have found the way to just like make sure that they got mid priority and stop to attack SoFM harder than they did. So I think on another day, if it was this day, I think that maybe Suning would have won again. But if it was this day in a week, having known what happened before, I definitely see. I definitely see what you mean. I think Top came into the series with the wrong read for how to beat Suning.
Yeah, I think they definitely over-indexed on trying to win team fights, which is has been the traditional answer to how you beat Suning, because Suning are a team that it isn't really built around team fights whatsoever. They're much more of a pick team, and with the champions that they have very, very difficult to execute team fights. They can't really play you front to back at all whatsoever, and a lot of times they don't have range advantage, so they have to rely on a lot of flanks. They have to rely on like leasing kicks and all that stuff. So in the LPL itself, teams that have done well against Suning were kind of like the JDGs, and the teams that really are adamant on getting that dragon fight against Suning. So maybe I think Top Esports went down that lane a little bit too far.
I mean, I will say I've never seen SoFM team fight like he did in that series. Like SoFM was. I'm a big Casa lover. I like thought that he was the best jungler, and like I thought that he always set the jungle meta, and then at MSI everyone would learn from Casa, and then by Worlds they worked out how to beat him for like multiple years in a row when he was on Flash Rolls. This is like. I'm glad SoFM finally got his chance to shine because he's really done his time.
This was kind of like his Uzi I Worlds buff, right? Like he just really went supernova this tournament.
I mean, but more than any other player, I mean, he's been on some rough teams, and he's never. Well, I mean, I haven't seen him complain that much, but maybe I don't speak Vietnamese, so maybe I don't know. But he's done his time.
If SoFM wins Worlds, I actually believe that there is a God, because it proves that all the shit you've been through actually is to take you to that chance. Right. Yeah. Okay. I just want to go over like some like short snippets of SoFM's career and just how insane this guy was. Like he's been playing for 8 years now. He started when he was 14 in the VCS, and he was basically in prison from the start. And I honestly see SoFM and what he is today as kind of like a Da Vinci. Like you're never going to get another SoFM because this guy is the only player that's played all 5 positions in a top tier league, or the GPL, if you count that as top tier league or not. And he actually played before the age restriction. And the craziest thing is like after being in like full Lewis prison for so long, Riot basically just hammered him from the sky and said that you can't play unless you're 17. And the craziest thing is that he actually faked his own age. Like he told his mom that no, I was born in 1997. I don't care what everyone says, and he continued to play until he got caught. So they basically figured out that he was actually, he was faking his age, and they had to make him quit. And as bad as that sound, that was actually the biggest break of his career, because it's during that period that he actually reached top 10 in Korean ladder on some like ridiculous playing like 70 or like 80 ping or something. And that's when a lot of interest started pouring into him as a player. Like everyone wanted to get SoFM, and he chose Snake. I always like watching Snake.
Snake were close so many times.
That's why I made this point on a different talk show. That's the angle people missed. Like, listen, everyone thinks they can do narratives, but most people just use the really obvious ones. It's like if a little kid was painting and they just use primary colours, they're outside the lines. Like, there's actually a skill to narrative. So, when we were coming into this Worlds, and people, like I said, they heard all the hype about Top, and they heard about Knight, the best player. That sounds awfully familiar to EDG and Name, and all, it's starting to parallel that infamous Worlds back. That was like season 4, but the Worlds one, obviously for China, was the season 5 one, right? The one with LGD and those guys. And everyone remembers because China failed. I even said, if you guys are going to reference that, how can you not go one step further and reference that the team everyone who watched LPL thought should be the third team was Snake, who had fucking SoFM. So if anything, this is the redemption of the season 5 failure of China. Like this is when it all comes true. This is when it's all amazing. Yeah. And by the way, if Suning somehow wins this tournament, I'm telling you right now, I've looked it up. It's the best Worlds run ever. Look who they beat. The 3 favourites. Jingdong Top, and then that would be unbelievable if you can pull that off as a team that no one had winning coming in.
Sadly, I've seen this anime enough times. I mean, the
letdown is coming.
They're going to get smashed.
Put it this way: Ash Ketchum's done so well so far. I'm sure he's going to beat Gary Oak this time. I know what you mean, Peter. It feels like the climax is not going to be fun.
It's like the best feel-good story. You've got Juan Feng who overcome everything. You've got like it's Sword Art's redemption arc. It's SoFM's redemption arc. It's like Angel finally proving that he deserves like to be mentioned in the same sort of sentence as all of these other guys. And yeah, I mean I hope they see it through. I hope they see it through. But
yeah,